Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Blancpain Reveil GMT. You can see this 18-karat rose gold dual-time alarm watch and buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full listing for this watch with additional high-resolution images, accessories included, and naturally complete pricing information. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, this is a large modern watch, albeit not oversized. It has impressive heft because of the depth of the precious metal case, and it has a good span across with 41 millimeters of round across the case measurement, not including the 3 crowns naturally, but from lug to lug it's actually quite compact, only 45 millimeters from extremity to extremity. This is the kind of watch that can wear well even on a very small wrist. Even if your wrist is as small as perhaps 13.5 centimeters in circumference, you're going to find that this is a very viable timepiece. Now the highlight of this watch, of course, is the gorgeous rose gold case, complex in form with a double-stepped bezel. Although the watch is approximately 14 millimeters, really closer to 13.5 millimeters thick, it does easily slide underneath the dress cuff simply because it's easy to get a sleeve to ramp up and over the flank of this case, and that despite the alarm on-off toggle that you can see at 8 o'clock. Now, as I deploy the full rose gold deployant, you can see that the strap is beautifully tapered. When viewed from overhead, as well as in profile, you can see that there's a nice subtle bolster that swells as it approaches the lugs. And you can also see that the case flank is quite tightly hewed to the end of the strap itself, so aesthetically there's not a big gap, there's not a great deal of daylight between strap and case, so it looks very well integrated, but it's easy to pull the strap straight down if you do have a smaller wrist. Now the strap is very substantial and beautifully made with rectangular scale brown alligator leather, and the buckle likewise is gorgeous, entirely polished inside and out. You can see the swing arm is also signed with the corporate marquee. It is very substantial, and it does substantially increase the mass of this watch when worn on the wrist. It also nicely counterbalances the weight of the watch head. Now the watch also features a clever minderless system so that there are no minder loops on the strap. The excess simply tucks underneath the buckle itself. But the highlight of this watch is its unique set of complications. As handsome as it is, realistically, the movement does steal the show. And it's important to note that the movement, first and foremost, is an alarm and then a dual time. You can see the striker to good effect on the case back, beautifully black polished when it's not in motion. Now the watch does feature an on-off alarm function, so I can toggle it on and off. You can feel it as much as you can hear it, so it's never a rudely insistent alarm, and because it does have a very strong resonance, if you put this one on a wood countertop or dresser, it will really wake you up, even if you're quite tired. It has that excellent feature, which I consider to be essential to any alarm watch, save a diver. Now the watch also features a second time zone and a bewildering array of crowns, so it's probably best to go through what controls what, and work our way around the dial by function. Now this crown at 8 o'clock, which features a screw-down collar, is quite simply the on-off toggle. You can see the on-off indication for the alarm. The caliber 1241G inside this watch is interesting in that it automatically winds both the power reserve of the watch and the alarm itself. So inasmuch as the alarm can re-energize itself, it's good to have an on-off toggle so it doesn't re-energize itself and then inadvertently set itself off in the middle of the night. Now you simply screw that shoulder back down once you have set the watch. So you screw it down, and then the watch has 100 meters of hermeticity. So although it's not a dive watch, it's nice to know that it does have 100 meters of water resistance inherent. Moving on, the crown at 4 o'clock, when pulled, is used to actually set the alarm. Now you can see the alarm subdial at 3 o'clock. Hours and minutes, you can actually set it to within a resolution of about 5 minutes. It's more precise than it looks, and it's quite easy to dial it in exactly where you want. Now, interestingly, the crown has no function other than to set the alarm, leaving the crown at 2 o'clock to haul the iron. This crown does a lot. You'll see that it energizes the watch. By the way, you wind the watch with the crown at 4, I should mention. It energizes the power reserve. You can see at 11 o'clock, the power reserve of the alarm, notably, ramps up as I wind this crown. Now, when I withdraw the crown, you'll note It also allows me, if I can find the detent there, it also allows me to independently move the local time hour hand at center. Now that is keyed directly to the date, and it is bidirectional. It will drive the date forward or backwards, and it does not stop the balance of the watch significantly. This crown can be withdrawn halfway, does not hack the balance, does not alter timing, allowing you to simply change the time at center without actually affecting the timing precision of the timepiece. Now when you pull the crown to extremity, which I do now, you can see that it does in fact stop the balance. It does hack the movement, and you can see the gorgeous self-winding 38 jewel caliber 1241G right here. A beautiful effort from Frédéric Piguet. This basic movement debuted in approximately late 2003, early 2004, and it's finished to an exceptional standard with beautifully rich Côte de Genève across the bridges and rotor, superb mirrored anglage, and very traditional heat-oxidized cobalt blue screws, an alarm, a dual-time automatic winding, and one of the very few alarm watches that is able to wind itself, and not as a watch but as an alarm. This is an exceptional array of complication in a very handsome timepiece, and to top it all off, it has a wonderfully loomed dial, fully loomed, all hours and the minutes and hours of the central time, as well as power reserve and alarm on-off scales. Even the second time zone, which you can see at 9 o'clock, features enough luminescence that you can see it in low or no light. This is an exceptionally complicated watch that brings a bewildering array of options to the world traveler: an alarm, a dual time, and of course, a beautiful presentation. You can see it and you can buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com.